Alright, we are around. Oh, I'm gonna have to unmute the game. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. It is your Cyber Bunny from the Mochi Moon Kyrie Overdrive, and I'm going to talk about my favorite thing in the world fishing in Final Fantasy XIV. um, Fishing is my favorite thing to do in the game, more than anything. Hello? Can you actually hear me now? Like, is it work? Like, can you hear the audio? Is it all good? Okay, sound is all good. Okay. I turned on. I muted everything in order to. Oh no! Yeah. Oh no! I have no clue how that could be fixed, but it seems like sound is working at least for one person. So who knows? Might be time to restart or something. I don't know. Like for me, if I just like if I'm watching on my phone, I close the Twitch app and restart my restart my phone and then close and open the Twitch app, or I refresh my browser, or I clear my cache. Also, that works on if I'm on PC. Clearing your cache usually tends to clear things up. Otherwise, I mean, we're like this is not a percussive maintenance kind of issue. You can't just simply like smack your computer on the side and then the sound will start happening, because it's not a hardware problem. This is a software problem. Like, I wish just hitting the side of your computer would fix a lot of problems, and it does, but it doesn't fix all of them. It just fixes most of them. So I value the power of percussive maintenance, because sometimes you just need to realign things into place, because nothing's wrong. It's just this is how machines work. They just need a good smack to the side. But yes, where was I? Fishing. I am experimenting with commands. So if you do fishing in chat, you can actually see that I put a custom command for how the for all the tools I've been using for tracking and uh, generally chasing after fish. So we have the 6.55 legendary sheet that's being maintained by Kyoto Taiyun over at the Fishcord. Of an actual link to Fishcord where we do most of the discovery, and then Carbuncle plushie, which is how I've been tracking of windows. These are just main three I've been using in order to get things like organized and together. Fishing is obviously a communal effort, and there's no way one person would be able to find this fish on their own. So it's through the power of a school of fish that we're able to actually figure out what we're fishing for. And it's a spicy list. So actually, let's see if I can get the big fish collab with Kyrie and Delia one day. Is it because we're both nerds? Is it because we're both nerds? We're both data nerds. Is that it? Like, I think it's because we're both nerds. Okay. Yeah. So let's like, can I just briefly go through this? Briefly go through this because I'm a nerd. I'll put it on top of my self here. Okay. Just reordering windows because I'm an organized person like that. So effectively, you've got fishers love Google spreadsheets, like just to track everything. And so there is obviously a big Google spreadsheet with everything you need to know about catching fish, and all 5 of them have been found. It's okay if you haven't fished that much. I can teach you. Like, I'll get on my crystal character and then I'll teach you how to fish. I promise. I promise. I know a lot of people haven't actually done fishing properly besides ocean fishing, and that's okay. We are in a position where it's a great time to try. Not if not, um, say no. Like besides overworld fishing, um, it's a good time to try it. At least it's not just that it's just ocean fishing and then leave it be. This is to put that to use. It's like, I guess it's the difference between leveling exclusively through Wondrous Tales and uh, PvP Frontline, and then actually playing the class and leveling roulette. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So we don't have a fishing roulette. Um, Fishing roulette is just not a thing. But we have overworld fishing, which might as well be fishing roulette, I guess. So there are five legendary fish. These are kind of like the big boss fish of the X pack. Uh, they're found in different zones in Endwalker. They're mostly extinct fish, ancient fish, I guess I would say, proving once again that it's when it comes to fish, IRL fish are weirder than anything any game dev can come up with. Yeah, this is savage prog of fishing, though. Personally, based on the difficulty of these fish, I would say that, like, sorry, fish dev. This is kind of more of like a high end extreme. I found Shadowbringer's fish way harder than this. But first of all, there's the fishing can be kind of broken down into three things. So you have the weather, the prereqs for intuition if you need intuition, and how shy it is, or how long like how easy it is to hook. Because effectively, when you fish, it's not guaranteed. All fish have like a 1% chance of rolling against you and slipping off the hook. And then that percentage gets higher to increase the difficulty of the fish. So these fish are very hard to hook, relatively speaking. So that's kind of where we're at. So, but all of the fish have been found. There have been confirmed catches where they've been caught, they've been verified. But now we're just doing the test. We're in the testing phase where we're narrowing down to exact windows, so like you don't have to sit there for an entire weather transition. So if I pronounce the names of these fish wrong, I apologize. But also, I'm having trouble with one in particular that I've just started calling these fish by their nicknames, which is probably not the best. But there's already nicknames for these fish, so. First one on the list is Hyphalosaurus, which is in Labyrinthos in Deep Mode. It's kind of on the area between the medial circuit and the entrance. So that's where another fish, Circuit Tilapia, is. Funnily enough, off the same mooch. So in order to have the condition to catch the fish, or the intuition, you need to catch 3 Asticus aetherius. And then you have to mooch into a Hyphalosaurus from the Asticus aetherius. So so there's a lot of kind of like makeshift bait GP management. You have to keep your mooching going. You also will start to hate Labyrinthos tilapia because that's a fake out for an Asticus aetherius. I have many feelings about the fake out fish for Asticus aetherius, because the fish dev was not kind, and they they aligned Circuit Tilapia with the Hyphalosaurus window intentionally. So I'm just here like, well, at least I'm getting scripts. And Hyphalosaurus is like a lizard. We're just catching a lizard that's been making itself at home in Deep Mode. There's just a lot of beautifully weird things living in Labyrinthos. That's just the conclusion I've come to. And then we've got garlicithes, garushikuthes, garushikuthes. Oh God, I can pronounce ichthyology, but not this whatever it's been called garlic. It's been called garlic. Everyone calls this fish garlic. Not to be confused with garlemald, which is also called garlic. This one, I've had no problems. Well, actually, no. I've had no problems getting the fish required for the intuition. It's just getting the amount of it in the time that's required. For me, I think I need 2 windows to get the right amount of Basilisauruses. Because you need to catch 12. That's like no easy feat in 1 window. And then you have to have the 11th, you have to be ready to catch the 12th one as the window opens. So it's kind of reminiscent of another big fish called Sethacanthus in, where is it? The locks. I was about to say salty lake, but that's just any lake that I can't catch the fish in. It's so, I mean, you can there's some technique involving holding the Basilosaurus using collector's glove and then not letting it hit your inventory to not let it trigger the intuition, and then you let it hit your inventory, and then you can fish for the Garlicthes. This is just another big ancient type fish. It's pretty cool. I have attended most of these like windows to attempt to catch this fish in the past like few days. So if it sounds like I'm talking from experience, it's because I am. Not like I've been successful, but I'm talking. Actually, okay, that's okay. We'll get to the one that I'm having real difficulty with later in a few bit. Then there's Snowy Parexus, which is in Garlemald. Not like it's relatively easy to do. You just kind of have like cerule cores are kind of hard to get, but you can just identical cast and then double hook these, so they're not stupid hard. They're just kind of hard to isolate. And then the weather's kind of rare. I think the next one is like in 3 days. I'm gonna have to double check that. The next one is, where is it? Big Garlicthes for Crowdus, Hydrio Whale, Hyphalosaurus. I don't know Hyphalosaurus. What are you talking about? 7 hours. Okay, a while from now. But it's had strangely long disappearances. Not as long as Shadowbringer's fish, but fairly long. Next one is Loportocetus elegans from the Chlorophoss pond in Mare Lamentorum. Same pond as the lunar death whale. I generally thought this was going to be a lunar death worm, which I was 100% on the universal deathworm train. Lunar deathworm is my favorite quote unquote fish in this pool, in this set of Endwalker fish. I love lunar deathworm. I really like that there was a big fish called the Chlorophosphos deathworm, which was just a bigger lunar deathworm, and I am sad a little bit that there is not the biggest lunar deathworm, because that was my personal bet, sadly, and it didn't happen. Sad, but you know, it is what it is. We've got Loporoceras elegans, which is kind of like you throw your bait, it's a very quick bite, and you pray. Yeah, it is just a rabbit. It is okay. It's effectively a pasta fish. It looks like pasta, so it's another one of those honorary loprits, because the loprits are just kind of amused by anything that comes up to the moon, and it's a fairly frequent window, but very slippery. So it just appears, and then you just kind of have to sit there and chum and pray that you get it. Okay. Sidereal whale in Limna 3 beta in Ultima Thule is the one that I have so much difficulty with, and it's not even because of the whale, it's because of one of the prerequisite fish. I cannot, for the life of me, catch this guy, Phalaina. Phalaina has been bothering me for the longest time, and I can't catch it, and it bothers me so much. Like I've been trying ever since recently to try and get a Felina. Felina, stupid fish. It's not even a hard fish. It's not even got like it's not even like a big fish. It's just a regular white fish that I've yet to catch because it's so tricky that it's just I get one fish that's not, ready to catch it, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I've yet to catch this, so it irritates me so much. Where is like I reckon like once like I need to practice catching a felina because I've just or maybe just get more confident in the fact that with the bite rate. I don't know. I just this is my copium fish, and this one's also an FF4 lore drop, so it's quite nice. Interesting. This is not. It's not based on a fish that exists in the real world. Well, whales exist, but it's based on the lunar whale. That's an FF4. So it's stated to be the inspiration for the lunar whale. And then the last one is Furcacauda in Elpis in the Leth River. It's a very short window. Like I think it's a 90-second window. It's from like 3:30 p.m. Eorzean to 4:30 p.m. Eorzean on a Sky Spoon lure, and it is very short. And you just pray. It's sort of like Elad's Gone in Shadowbringers. Very short fish, relatively low bite rate. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna. Oh, I've gone AFK. Yeah, I'm not AFK. I'm actually here. I've just been talking about fish. But we're just having a time. Enjoying ourselves. Whales aren't fish. We don't. Okay, we have gone past the point in which we're catching fish in this game. We catch a lot of fish that aren't fish. Like, hold on. Norvrand. Collusion. No. Amanaing. That's not a fish. That's an egg. That's an egg. We just caught an egg that's been living in this river of sand. It's just an egg. We just caught it in the desert. There was just an egg sitting in the desert. Yeah, we also caught the greatest serpent of Ronka. We just casually fished up a god. I don't know. Like we don't really catch fish anymore. That's my take in 40. We just whatever hooks on our rod is just ours to claim. I believe. And then that's where we're at. So I mean, it's we try our best. They're really I kind of I should have done this stream yesterday when there was a lot of windows, but I wasn't too sure on the conditions for a lot of these windows yet. So we just I just kind of worked around what we had, and no, is this something? We're just working what we have. We didn't know all of the conditions. This is the fastest I think discoveries happened over the past few patches, just because there's a lot more people fishing and there's a lot more people working on the data, both on the English and Japanese side. So we caught a lahi. It's fine. Yeah, we just caught lahi. Just caught lahi. Not a big deal. Lahi. It's pretty. I would say the vast majority of the vast majority of discovery is a lot of things not biting. and then when you get a bite, it's like, oh, okay, the fish is real, which is kind of the way I approach legendary fish. If it bites, it's real. If it doesn't bite, I'm like, okay. So we're just idly going for an aether electric guitar fish. I already have an aether electric guitar fish, but I just like this fish. It's kind of silly. It's just there's just lots of interesting fish in Charlian too. When every new X pack, I think I get to I get to cap on fishing first because I just keep fishing and I go up to bodies of water and I cast and I try to find the fishing holes. So like I think I was like I was 90 on the second day of the servers opening, and it would have been in the first 24 hours if it weren't for the fact that I couldn't log in. So I went ocean fishing. I was fishing here in Charlian and Tavernier, and then I also tried the new holes, the spearfishing holes in the Ruby Sea. So that was a time, and I looked at I looked away. I was like, oh my god, I'm level 90 already. Oh, that was fast. So I fully expect before I would have reached the new area, gone fishing, and then look away, and then suddenly I'm level 100. I just fully expect that to happen. Like, what's MSQ? There is only fish. No, but I mean, there is my FC mates and friends have stumbled upon me fishing while they were doing MSQ. It's like there's it in there are people who just send me screenshots. Oh yeah, I saw you fishing, and then it's just like there's a screenshot of them in the overworld, and then you tilt the camera a little bit, and then there's my character fishing in the background. Like, wow, I got caught in 4K. I got caught in 4K. That's just how it be. I would like to be one of the first people in Materia DC to get to level 100 Fisher. Uh, Personal goal, but well, I think it's very likely. 6 minutes left for this. I throw it like a guitar fish. Did I slap the right? I don't even remember what I slapped. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, the way the testing works is that Kyoto, big fan, kind of directs people in the Fishcord about what windows to test. So, the big one at the minute is Sidereal Whale, my enemy, my friend. Uh, that's kind of the big one that I'm at the minute because I have severe difficulties catching a Felina. So there's actually a testing window for Sidereal Whale right now, but I had to start this stream. I had no time to prep a Felina, so the lack of Felina prep is what's been killing me. Uh, don't talk to me about how much I don't like this fish. I wish I liked this fish more. It's just been evading me. It is my rival. Felina is currently my rival. I have fishing rivals. There's a fish that I decide you're going to be my rival, and I'm just gonna like until I catch it or reach my goal with it. It's just me making eyes at the fish, making eyes at like the fish making eyes at me, taunting me from the pond, etc., etc. It's it's how I motivate myself through kind of when I don't get it. Just I am the warrior of light. Also, I am the warrior of fish. Xenos has nothing on some of the fish in the pond. At least that's my take on it. What is this? I'm pretty sure that's a guitar fish. Okay. I had to double check because I'm at the point in my 7.0 fish Xenos. Yeah, just we're just gonna have a fish in the new world. That's gonna. Oh, sorry, a Toral. That looks suspiciously like someone that we met in our past. No, it's very very possible. It wouldn't surprise me. And there's a fair amount of lore in the fish log as well. Furcacauda is one that I quite like because they were breeding fish to be saucers, and because it looks like a plate, therefore it could be used as a saucer, possibly. Didn't go well. Just a fish with Xeno's face like Ferdinand. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that someone's photoshopped Xena's face onto a Momoramora. If they haven't, it's an oversight. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I'm gonna have to Photoshop Xena's face onto Momoramora if someone hasn't done it before. Because that fish is also another enemy, another friend. Please ignore that I haven't done Omega on this character yet. A test of your real flex. Oh, that's terrifying. A test of your real flexes. I personally like fishing. It's something to do like I don't race for the achievements or race for catching fish. I just kind of sit here and enjoy the scenery because there's a lot of places that I go and observe in the overworld that I don't really do throughout the MSQ. So I think the sightseeing log has kind of not really been a thing. It's just so I think fishing is the better sightseeing log, at least for me. Because I like it's not really like the sightseeing log was kind of really complex in ARR, and then kind of the complexity's gone down. We don't really have like timed vistas or timed or like jumping puzzles. I think the only one that's a notable jumping puzzle in this expansion is the one in Razad Han, but nothing on the level of Kugana Tower. So, uh, Kugana Tower is probably the uh, last big jumping puzzle because the one in Razad Han is barely a jumping puzzle. It's cute, but it's not like the same thing, I don't think. We have one more cast, I think, before we go look at some other fish. There's still a fair bunch of like 6.55 fish I haven't caught. I caught Star Scale Ephemeris last night. I haven't gotten Circuit Tilapia, not for lack of trying, and Durdina fish. Durdina fish is another one that's been giving me difficulty, but it's not discouraging. It's more of I need to, sooner or later I will catch it. It's just sometimes you just like you don't get the mooches that you need, and you just kind of have to plow through. So that's where I'm at. You haven't done the Kugana Tower jumping puzzle? Oh, I am. I'm not great at it. I know people who do it for fun. I had to be. I had to be. I got through most of it, and then at the end, I just kind of got blue mage rezzed up the last of it, and then I did the jump a few times, and then I jumped off, and then the rest of my FC got on, and then I asked to be res to join like my 10 FC members who were on it. So yeah, so there was a time in which I think 10 members of my FC were just on the Kugana lamppost. Uh, there's a lot of I'm okay. I like the Kugana Tower jumping puzzle. It's just that I'm bad at gauging where the actual um edge of the jumping puzzle would be. So that's where I'm at right now. What is up at the minute? What can we go to in uh there's bright oh I don't want to do Rhyme Pike. Ugh, no. I mean Death Room's closing. We can go to Felina. We can go prepare for Felina. Oh, I am of regret, but we're gonna go prepare for Felina. Gonna try and catch a Felina. If I catch a Felina, I got really close to finishing Kugana Tower, fell just before the top, and was so distraught I've never summoned energy to try again. Since. Yeah, I think the jump is kind of the worst part of it. Because if you don't make the jump, you kind of have to do the whole thing again, and it's like, what? Um, it can get like, but some people really like jumping puzzles. I have to be in the mood to do it. Uh, I also do it while I'm. There are people fishing here. They're jailing themselves. They're in whale jail. Understandable. I am also gonna put myself in whale jail. Whale jail is where we're at right now. So I'm gonna build my AA stacks first. God. Normally, when I fish in Ultima Thule, I don't have the BGM. Not because Jason Charles Miller is a bad singer, but there's only so like if you're here for hours, I get tired of the BGM. I am tired of the BGM in Tempest because I've been in Lancet Jail a few times. Oh my god, it's a Horizon event! These things exist! Oh my god. I've been doing Felina on and off these past few days when I've not been at specific testing windows. That is like, I'm starting to doubt the existence of Horizon events now. So the fact that they do actually exist is fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm coping. I'm coping. It's fine. Felina do exist. Oops, Ultrianas. Um, Diaspora, biggest jerk raid in Grand Blue, except all the bullshit. I, 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 I don't even like. All I know in that Diaspora is that I have to, beat like the entry trigger and then let someone else carry you through it. I don't know. I'm not really good at Earth as a as a Grand Bluer. It's not my element. I just kind of hand things over to the small child and pray it works. Oh my god, it's another Horizon event. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Felina isn't even up! Yeah, so we're just gonna build our AA stacks. We'll need AA stacks. And then from there, we're gonna see if we can catch a Felina in 9 minutes. Um, I wouldn't say that I'm the most skilled fisher. I do have some skill in fishing, but it's not like I'm fully optimized. I just kind of do what's right and what feels good, even though it may not necessarily be the correct thing to do. It's what works for me. So, and I think that's important uh, to be comfortable in the skills that you're using. And then I'll need this on before I forget. Just in case I do catch a Felina. Just in case. Just in case. When is the next whale window? I actually don't know when the next whale window is. It's not for like a few days. It's in 2 days. The next confirmed whale window's in 2 days, but there's still testing that needs to be done, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We are we are here space whaling. In theory, space whaling. So what tends to happen is that when you're at a testing window like this, a lot of the time you are confirming that the fish isn't here. So I mean, it's a lot of the time it's saying, okay, say, oh, we can check off. Okay, we can definitively say that the fish is not biting in this weather, which I think is very important. It's removing. It's getting a high amount of accuracy for the windows that we have, and making sure that we're 100% on the ones that we know, because we don't actually, the devs do not tell us anything about these windows. Anything that you know about fishing in terms of what bait you need, what windows to go to, that is all a community driven effort, and that over years of practice and sharing information. And the the devs know we do this. The devs know that we fishers huddle in a corner and fish for like a week straight. It's like when the new Savage or Ultimate comes out, we just kind of put our brains together and work at it. But instead of instead of door bosses, we have Felina. Felina is my door boss. Felina is my door boss. I've been working on Felina on and off since release. It's been around since the release of Endwalker, and it's just I've I've yet to catch it. I don't also I There's a very similar fish called a poac in Shadowbringers, which I've yet to catch, and it's similarly tricky. And I'm just here like, I'm glad that like Shadowbringers fish could have been so mean if they required a poac as an intuition, because I'm just here like, I'm gonna double check Horizon event times. Horizon event is a strong catch. What is the bite time? That's the thing I want to know. What are we looking at for Horizon event, that bite times? Yeah, a lot of the information on bite times all community driven. I use Teamcraft to kind of help narrow down bite times, as well as information on the fish cord. There's lots of other tools. What are the bite times for? So Teamcraft says about 10 seconds. So I think we can prize catch into one of these, a into a Horizon event, and not a Triana? What's it called? Triana. 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 Yay! We got a Horizon event. Now we just gotta sit here for a little bit until the window opens, which is in 1 minute. Okay, because it is from midnight to 4 a.m. So we're gonna, if I do get a Felina, we can maybe scramble to get the int, which is Unbegottens and EBEs. Maybe we can scramble. I just want to catch a Felina. That's where I'm at. If I catch a Felina, I'm okay. I prove to myself that it exists. If it doesn't exist, try again. But this has been the bane of my existence the past few days. Aside, like, what'll happen? What my general Felina windows tend to be, is I'll be at Felina. I'll get my first Horizon event prepped, and then no Horizon events show up after the first one, and then they don't show up, and I spend half my time fishing for another Horizon event that never happens, and then the window closes, and I'm Felina-less, and I am a failure, as it's being called in the fish cord, when you are Felina-less. So just on pure the fish, it has the fish that I've had the most difficulty with is is going to be this whale. I feel. And far and fair everywhere. Okay, window is opening in like 1 minute hours, and there we go. Let's go. Not stray, forge ahead to the end, we pray. Oops, Ultrinas. Yeah, I have the feeling that the whale is going to be people's difficulty fish. I think the other one is Snowy Parexis. If only because chorus can be quite hard to get, and the int is 30 seconds. So, and it fakes out with Rhyme Pike. So I think that's the other one, but I think that's purely because cores are... the int is so short, and the time to catch cores is very, very long. As a result, it's quite difficult to just keep the momentum going on that, because you have, like, core is one of the... Cerule cores that you need for intuition is one of the longest bites in the pool. So it takes a while to get to the point where you can catch one, and then you can identical cast it, and then you can double hook it, and it's just like... and then you look up and the window's over. So, and then you get the int and it's 30 seconds, and then there's only like 2 seconds left in the window, and you're like, okay. That's a Triina. No, not Triina. That's a Horizon event. We have 10 minutes to catch a Felina. 9 minutes now. That is a Horizon event. Let's go. Horizon event, please. Please, please. If that's a Felina, that's a Felina. I swear to God. Felina is one of the longest bites in this pool, so... yeah, Snowy is very relaxing. I think the actual Snowy is fairly relaxing to do. Yeah, it's I think it's less frantic than the other fishes that are around. Like Furca cauda is very frantic because the window is so short. Laparceros elegans is a jump scare. Because like I think my record so far is 6 slips. We're not going to talk about how I haven't caught a bigoted. I've just been 100% focusing on getting a Felina. Yeah, I think fishing's quite relaxed. Like I think the one that is real, that is super turn your brain off and just kind of let the time roll over you is Garlichthes. Because you can just kind of catch those Basilosaurus idly and then kind of wait until the window comes around and then try your luck at it. Alphalosaurus, I haven't been to enough windows to come to a conclusion about it. I don't think it's annoying. I don't think it's super difficult. I think the difficulty is from Labyrinthos tilapia being there. So, Triinas. And then at this point, you're kind of just building your... I think being familiar with the fish in a pool is very important, particularly in ones that have like fairly long times fairly long times for their catches. So it's just knowing the characteristics of the pool and the fish in it is very important to me. So I don't think like there's ever like quote unquote wasted windows. God, this is gonna be another Triina, isn't it? It's not gonna be a Felina. Yeah, I'm gonna like the studium, not even the studium. They're like I'm gonna turn up to Razatan And I'm just gonna have a lot of tilapia and be like, scripts, please. Scripts, please. If you don't, my biggest recommendation though, if you want to get into big fishing, is to have a cast timer. Having a cast timer really helps because it helps you isolate and narrow down fishes based on their bite time and their relative bite strength. So there's loads of macros. Wait, you haven't turned on collectibles, so you haven't got scripts? Oh, Mia! Oh, yeah. There's a lot of collectible fish interacting with this set of legendaries. Um, EBE 9318. Oh, Mia, no, I understand. I understand. Like, a very easy thing to forget. I was doing some fishing for Earthbreak Aether Sands and I forgot to turn my glove on. So I just had these verdant guppies that I couldn't do anything with. But yes, as a reminder, please, please, please turn on your collector's gloves. Um, at the very least, you can put a verdant guppy in an aquarium. So they did. It wasn't entirely choice, but there was only so many aquariums I could put them in. We have 5 minutes left on this Felina window. That's a Triina. That's a Triina. That is a Triina. I don't think Horizon events loop into each other. Yeah, I mean, in a large, you get 10 aquarium slots, and then in like a small, you get 4, and that's shared between aquariums of all sizes. So if you're in a space where you only have 4 or so aquariums, in a small, like my personal advice is to have one big aquarium as a centerpiece if you're gonna have an aquarium, and then use the rest of your slots as kind of like decoration, because that's what we do in Aquarium Sophia. We have main tanks that are clearly the focus, but we also have smaller tanks that have smaller fish that are not really fish if you've been there. Because that's where we put that's where we put one of the Namazu honorary fish. Yeah, if anyone wants aquarium decorating, house decorating with aquariums in mind, um, feel free to ask, because I do think that at this point I am a master at figuring out what goes with aquariums and the kind of fish you need to make that look great. Like my house in Ravana is slowly turning into a Winchester Mystery House kind of situation where I get a new idea every other week. But I've slowly making sure that I know that I'm settling things into places based on the character of my wall. So it's kind of like a Charlian house, Charlian research house, but lots of fish. So it's a house rather than like an office or anything like that. That is way too long. That is way too long for a Horizon event. Yeah, you don't have to draw in. You don't have to catch every fish, and you don't have to keep your line around until a fish bites. You can just hook with nothing on it, and that's some of the optimization you can do while going for fishing. If you know that a fish in a pool isn't gonna bite past a certain time, you can just hook up and nothing, and then it doesn't use the bait. Um, and you can try again and still have more time. That is an EB. It's too long for an Horizon event. We've got 2 minutes. I don't chum for these types of holes because I think knowing you can't have chum up all the time because chum requires GP. And managing your GP is one of the skills of a fisher, I think. So the sooner you get comfortable with managing your GP, the sooner uh, you kind of can get the feel faster. That's another EBE. This was an early bout for an EBE. I feel that's a Horizon event. If it's not a Horizon event, it's a Triina. It's gonna be a Triina. It's a bit early. Oh no, it's a Horizon event. Okay. Got 1 minute. 1 minute left. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not gonna catch a Felina. Feel it in my bones. There's not enough time for me to catch another Horizon event after this. Because we're nearly coming up to 4 a.m. Eorzean. Ah. This is going to be another Unbegotten. It is another Unbegotten. Felinas don't exist. I'm convinced Felinas don't exist. I think that's the only thing I need to finish this intuition. It's literally just a Felina. I just want to know Felina is real. I don't even want to catch it. I just want to know that it hooks onto my onto my rod. Just like, please. Please? That's an unidentified biomass. Yeah, going back to we are not catching fish. That's a clap of some sort. It's a UFO. And then we've got a wormhole worm. And we've got whatever this thing is. It's an alien from beyond our comprehension. There are some weird fish. That's a Triina. Ah. Oops, all Triinas. Is the window closed? The window is closed. Ah. So as expected, there was a lot of Triinas. Which is what tends to happen whenever I go for these windows. I just turn up with all these little guys. Don't even know what they are. What are they? What is it? What is a Triida? This creature's name was no doubt inspired by its two chelae and its toxin-laced figure, the three of which create a trident of pain. Its sweet, pleading eyes lull one into a false sense of security, the leading theory of how it came to terrorize and oppress those in its home world. Okay. Okay. It's cute but deadly. I see. Just like how, like, if the fish in Mericidia, if we ever go to Mericidia, aren't going to kill me, I feel like something's wrong. I feel like if we go to Mericidia, we should have the chance to catch, like, a mob, because that would be very funny to me. Like Pokemon style. Just, it's just, you just catch a monster mob. Oops. It's Poseidon's trident thing? Yeah. Does that mean there's like a Biina somewhere or whatever? Biina? I don't know. A Bident, or something of that sort. But yeah, it's never too late to get into big fishing. It's quite fun. You can start wherever, whatever makes you comfortable. You can start at ARR, you can start at Endwalker. You can start with Heaven's Word if you want. If you can start by catching a bucket. Wherever you start, it's all pretty varied and diverse, and just if you have a lot of baits from like Stormblood for some reason. If you want to go for fish that are pretty in aquariums, that's also valid. I don't think there's one way to fish. I think it's just you have to you enjoy it, and Kangaroo. Oh, we are not reading another Wikipedia article on the wildlife of Australia, but there are some pretty wild fish in Australia. Like I've been advised against like diving in in Australia, just because you don't know what's in the water, so it's like okay. Like if you go to Australia, everything there is trying to kill you. All the animals are gonna try and kill you. Yeah, the box jellyfishes are terrifying. Yeah, I think we have some Australians around. Namely, Saga is from Australia, and she tells me about how she gets terrified whenever there's a spider in her room, which understandably fair. All right, so I am gonna take a quick hydration break, and I'll come back really quick. There should be an ad break running while I'm on break, so hopefully that times out well. But I am in dire need of some water. what I'm hearing is that the fish in Australia are absolutely terrifying, and I feel for my life whenever I go there. Not even just the fish, just everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Like I heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that like that 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 kangaroos can punch really hard or something like that. So you have to approach them with caution. Kawaii fishies. Fish are friends, not food. That is absolutely correct. Uh, I'm just quickly looking through the fish tracker, see if there's anything interesting up. A lot of fish closing in like 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Uh, None of the big fish, unfortunately, are up. They were all up. Like a bunch of them were up yesterday. Uh, Hyphalosaurus is like in an hour. So there's time to prepare for that. What's our scripts looking like? We've got scripts. We could always have more scripts. So we're gonna go to the moon. The most dangerous creature in Australia is the ibis. Oh, the bin chicken. The bin chicken. Kangaroos have big sharp claws on their... Oh, God. I think one of, like... I keep hearing stories about people's chips getting stolen by ibises, and I'm like... So you can't have anything in Australia, I think the conclusion is. Like... Your chips are gonna be stolen by some ibis that's 10 times more terrifying than you. You are not the apex predator in Australia. Let's go to the Fleeting brand, which is along the... I haven't been here in a while. Where is the Fleeting brand? Where is it? I keep forgetting where I put it. Where I put it? Where it is! Frozen Fisher. There we go. Okay, it's on this side. Oh, there it is! It's a totally nondescript hole here. This was an MSQ point. You turn strong around the ibis when you protect your food. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There is a subsect of people that I wouldn't want to recommend fishing to, and it is people who cannot manage their inventory, because fishing takes up a lot of space in your inventory. Just if you can't manage your inventory, maybe fishing's not for you. And I mean this in genuine honesty. Maybe don't. Like, I know people who like who do Savage, and then their inventories are so full, and then like the totem or whatever it does, or the guaranteed drop doesn't go into their inventory because they have no space, and I'm like, for real, for real. Okay. Oh, my food dropped. I'm gonna eat more food. Sometimes it teaches you to manage your inventory. I got better. Yeah, sometimes uh sometimes it does teach you to manage your inventory better. No, ocean fishing taught me to like, that's why I try and keep a page of my inventory clear for fishing endeavors. If I'm not like crafting something, I just try and keep a page clear on the areas that I want to go on the boat and ocean fish. But I think bait management is there's just a lot of bait. I don't like going for ARR fish, because just the sheer amount of bait you need is kind of annoying. Especially that there's baits you have to craft, specifically lures you have to craft. So I'm just like, ugh. Especially if you are someone who only has two retainers, I can understand. I can completely understand. Sometimes you just do not have the space to do it. Ocean fishing definitely forced me to have a cleaner inventory. Come on, no fever fish. Yeah, so chill fishing with fleeting brands, easiest way to get white scripts um if you're not doing customs. Customs is still like, you know, well, okay. I've been doing the crafting relics up until the patch dropped, and then what happened was that I was like, oh, what do I spend my scripts on now? So I just started buying bait and various other things that I might need. Yeah, I mean, it's just people don't talk about like um there's certain things about fishing that people don't talk about often, and it's like the thing that gets overlooked a lot is that it is a community endeavor and that there's a very large community of fishers out there. So yeah, when if you find the fishers on your server slash data center, a lot of them are chill usually. uh, they have the very strangest idea of what hard content is. I know that my idea of hard content is skewed because of fishing. I don't know why. Uh, there's a lot of overlap between fishers and raiders. Uh, the Venn diagram between fishers and raiders is notable. I know fishers who are quad legends at this point. So is it quad? Uh, Penta legends? Penta legends? Yeah, Penta legends. I only have it in me to do one ultimate, and even though I've uh Penta Legends, I mean I only have it in me to do one ultimate, and that is the Epic of Alexander. I don't really have it in me to do any others. Like I've progged Uwu, I've progged Ukob, and I'm just like nah, no, it's got to be T or bust. One day I will do T, but not soon because I've got fish to catch. Lunar Deathworm closes in 40 minutes. I don't need more purple scripts. I need white scripts. Because I need more cordials. You can never have enough cordials. These will go. These will go very quickly. I already drank through like 99 of them just during discovery alone. So cordials are good. Cordials are something you need. When I think one of the things I'll try and do is I'll do a stream where kind of like how I prep for this is going to be a Kalisha, and I'm not going to hook that. Um, one of the things I might try and do is like I'll just do a stream where I talk about like how I personally prepare for how to level going into next expo, the sort of things that I kind of have ready and in the bag. Um, because a lot of people like forget to like just have these things on hand. It's not even a long list of things to prep. Um, but um, one of like both for combat and for crafting gathering, what I tend to do is I clean out my all my retainers. I sit down and I go through my retainers. Do I need this? Do I need this? Decent this. Turn these in for seals. It's just I really sit there and think, am I gonna need this going to next pack? Am I gonna use this piece of glam? And that's everything. And then I make sure I have a stack of versatile lures ready to go. I have leveling food for all the things that I need to level. I make sure that I have materia ready to start gathering materia so that when the gear drops, I can have guaranteed, etc. It's just nice going into the patch with a relatively clean slate. I try and clean out my glamour dress. Oh my god, I didn't hook that in. Um, I try and clean out my glamour dresser. That's the big one because every X pack there will be new glams. Um, if I'm not gonna wear this piece, I'm gonna have to either, unless it's something that I can't easily get, like it's from Savage or whatever, or it requires a dedicated group to do, like Memoria Misera. I try not to throw those out. God damn these fever fish. But yeah, I just if it's something that I can pick up in a dungeon, I say, unless I really wear it a lot, then I try not to keep it, or like it's it's something. It's you really got to look at all the pieces in your glamour dresser, and it's like, okay, if your glamour chest is only half full, it's fine. Yeah, yeah, understandable, understandable. But I know some people, even with the glamour dresser update, they're they're how do I say this? Extra stuff carbuncles, yes. Even with extended glamour dresses, there are people who have full glamour dresses, full armors, and like a retainer or two full of glam. It's like like where, like you're not wearing all of those. Surely you're not wearing all of those. I have not saved all the extra stuff carbuncles. I may have been rendering all my extra stuff carbuncles. Need to save all these extra stuff carbuncles. Yeah, no, it's a shame that leveling in the firmament doesn't work after 80, perhaps intentionally so. So, yeah. Oh well. I kind of stockpiled mats at the end of Shadowbringers to think, oh, I can level it. No, it didn't work like that. So I just ended up making lots of. I just ended up getting all the glam pieces and all the mounts I wanted for all my characters, which is great. Got lots of dyes. You should probably level up AST more. I don't know how much I'll play it. Scared to heal with other people. Performance anxiety, but glamour for every class. Oh man. I am not the best AST in the world. I can play it competently, but there's trusts you can do it. You can play it in. You can obviously frontline play join as a class that you're not used to playing, and then swap to another one you're comfortable in. You know, healing tanking isn't for everyone. Some playstyles just don't mesh with you, and that's okay. I like the sleeves that AST gets. I think the sleeves that AST gets is quite phenomenal. I also like the trousers AST gets. The trousers that AST gets are quite great. I'm not. That's not my kind of aesthetic, personally, but I think it's very cool. Uh, I kind of lean into like the Magitech, clean loins kind of thing, tech wear. Yeah, I mean, very. My glamour sensibilities tend to lean to quite severe. Or at least it's. So yeah. Oh, there's someone else fishing here for scripts. I mean, glamour is a true end game in Final Fantasy. If you're not glamouring, feel like you're not playing the game properly. Like like everyone who starts playing this game is like, do I have to wear this like tin can armor? And I'm like, no, no, you can wear pretty armor. You can wear beautiful things as long as you're of level and can the matches the eye level. Which is why I was really glad we got this backpack, the Gleaner backpack from the MSQ. Then we got the outfit from Magrat's custom delivery, so I can live out my Gleaner fantasies. It's great. I enjoy this. I enjoyed Aaronville as a character. I enjoyed Gleaners as a concept. That is a Kalisha, and I accidentally hooked a Kalisha because I forgot to pull it in. Yep, yep, and I used the wrong hook set. Wait, what do you mean it got away with my versatile lure? It got away with my versatile lure. Stupid fish. Yeah, fish can steal your lures. Did you know that? I normally walk around with like a stack of 20 versatile lures. That's gone down to 13. It's been stolen by various fish over time. There's no reason for the fish to steal your lure, but it does. There's no reason to, but it does. Okay. Sometimes a fish eats metal, you know. Yeah, yeah. I mean that's true about fish in real life too. Sometimes they'll just walk away with your lure. I don't fish in real life, but I've fished in real life before, but I've not really like fished with like lures and whatnot. A lot of the fish I've done is just with live bait with worms. So no, I don't really know how lures work specifically, but you know, based on the stories I've heard from people who have done lure fishing, they just kind of walk away with it because fish are silly things. Fi- fi- Fish are some of the things in this world that I don't believe are real, but they are absolutely are real. So you know, I think it was one of I think it was Kate Swinar when they said, "Oh yeah, no fish in real life has you know we can't make anything as weird as the fish in real life." And I believe that was in the panel during FanFest. So a lot of the fish in the game tends to be real, or referential to something else. That's a fever fish. That is not what I wanted to hook. Like a fish will just eat anything. Fish eat lalafell in this game, by the way. Lalafell are the tastiest baits, if some of the fish lore is to be believed. Fleeting brands. I will possibly attempt this Cephalosaurus one knows. But it's still like an hour away. Literally an hour from now. We don't need to like I tend to go half an hour early to prep AA stacks and I kind of just chill around until about 10 minutes before where I catch the prerequisite uh, mooch fish or the slapfish and then I kind of have a cup of tea, relax, have a biscuit, uh, take my time, look at the scenery, find a interesting place to fish. I like finding different spots to fish for a hole. That's kind of I don't need more mayflies. I've got loads of mayflies, so we're good on that front. But nothing wrong with more cordials. Always have more cordials. But yeah, I don't know. I don't gather scripts through botany or mining anymore. It is purely through fleeting brands now. It's relaxing. It's very relaxing. That is a Calicia. We don't want to hook that. Yeah. Oh, I forget how some people. I have friends who are not really into fishing, and I could just tell what was biting and what wasn't biting by the bite times and the relative strength. And they think it's like I have ESP, and I'm like, no, I don't have ESP. I just have a good idea for the times and bites of certain fish. This isn't. You can learn this. This isn't ESP. Maybe it may be extra fishery perception. I don't know. A sixth sense for the fish. That'd be interesting. That's a great manga premise. Extra fishery perception. you're able to detect the fish in an area. Wouldn't be the silliest manga premise, and that's how Aquaman works. I've, I have never watched the Aquaman movie, with Jason Momoa. I think it just kind of slipped under my radar, to be honest. I think that's what happened there. Aquaman has a trident, right? I'm not misremembering that. That is way. I should remember to reel in faster so that I don't use up this bit of bait. Cast. Cast. Don't use up this cast. Okay. But yeah, fishing is fairly like you can make a fair bit of money off fishing. Um, Aether sand you can get via spearfishing. There's a whole bunch of. I missed my chance to mooch. No, I don't want to mooch the Calatia. Uh, there's a lot of aesthetic fish you can get for. There's a fair few big fish that get into aquariums. I think Aquamaton and Warden of the Seven Hues are still like the most expensive aquarium fish. They regularly retail in excess of like 2 million. So if you wanna if you wanna if you wanna try your luck on big value fish, that's obviously that. I know some fishers who made their money that way because they were lucky for like a Warden window or an Aquamaton window, and just went for it. And when it's a slow sale, but it's a sale that gets you a lot of money in one go. There's obviously things like fish that go into food. Like surprisingly, my northern herrings still sell because Archon loaf, verified Archon loaf, is one of the starter crafts for 80 collectibles. So a lot of people use that to level, and that's just an easy catch in Old Charlene. There's also the high end fish like Thavnarian calamari and Jingo, which goes into the best in slot food for Disciple of the Hand, Disciple of the Land. That market is obviously there. That fish will sell in high volumes usually, and then or you can be me and just desynth a lot of fish and sell the water crystals from that. Though I wouldn't recommend it. That's just what I did when I was starting and needed money. I just sold the water crystals that I got. It's worth having culinary into 30 at least for that. If you're a fisher, you need culinary into 30. Those are kind of the two classes that go hand in hand. Because decent is how you get your money is one of the ways you get your money as a fisher. And ethereal reduction. I forgot to reel that in. Should have reeled that in. Oh well. Let's see. The most challenging fishing thing I've done at this point was getting a Titanic Sawfish for a friend's FC house. Titanic Sawfish is like the start of the quest, Beast of Brewer's Beacon. You can actually buy it off the market board, but fishing for it is actually is quite good fun into knowing what to do to get into fishing. So I recommend that when you like if you've done all the fishing quests, to go talk to Wawalago. He'll have a quest called the Beast of Brewer's Beacon, and that's kind of the entry point into big fishing. And then you do Feast of Famine, and then you just kind of go on and then you're sitting over a fishing hole crying. That's a pipeline. That's a pipeline. I've had some people do Beast of Brewer's Beacon and Feast of Famine and then realize fishing is not for them. That's totally fine, but they tried it and they know they don't want to do it. It's like, um, realizing, oh, I don't want to do Savage. I just want to do EX and Unreal, and that's fine. That's totally a valid thing to do. There's multiple ways to play this game, um, as long as you're pressing your button. yeah. I mean, that's just the thing. If you're pressing buttons and doing something, then that's fine. I've got no qualms against that. But sometimes you get people who don't press their buttons, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you even doing here? I tell people to do the story and not skip ARR. That's the thing. Like when I get friends in the game, I say, this is a game that rewards you for kind of doing the long route. So you like I just I've encountered a fair few sprouts who said, "Oh, I bought the ARR skip," and I'm like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You don't get to be sad over a cabbage." But yeah, I don't recommend buying an ARR skip, even though it is very tempting at points. I know people who have considered leaving the game over Titan, but it's a 10-year-old game. Like not all of it is going to be to have this level of consistency in a 10-year-old game. I think is quite amazing because this is like 10 years of story, and I think that's pretty impressive. That it's vaguely coherent, especially for a live service game that has more story added to it every time. I think that's quite impressive. And that you can take away a lot of things from the story for and it's reflective of the kind of anxieties of the writing team and at the time. And there's a whole part of Endwalker that I feel that was directly influenced by the pandemic. The story of hope and despair and believing and all these things. And you can take with it what you like. And I just commend the team for their consistency in keeping it all together over 10 years. Because if you told me I had to write a story for 10 years and I'll have it all make sense, I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. So let's go and turn these things in, these fleeting brands in. Get into my pocket all these scripts. Not chimera worms. Chimera. That thing. High cordials. And then I'm gonna go check that window. It is High Philosopher's in 46 minutes. It's a bit early. But we can take the scenic route. So we're gonna go to Old Charlian and then walk and then find a spot to fish in Labyrinthos. Okay. So Ethernet, Hall of the Artifice. Dun, 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 dun. Make sure that we're all mended. Make sure that I'm not spirit bonded. I am spirit bonded. Just quick gear check. Make sure that. Yep, I'm pretty close to requiring. Okay, let's see. Click a deep mode. Okay. So this entire section is where deep mode is, the bit that we're coming up to now. I have tried to fish from the top of this windmill. It is not possible to fish from the top of this windmill despite my best attempts to. So most people will be either on this side, around here. I just find a side that I'm comfortable with and go here. That's kind of where I'm at. I think you can fish from the wall on the other side, but I've never tried. Probably, I don't know. Huh? Okay. Then this is deep mode. One of my recommended things is that if you're not sure of what hole you're casting into, always use a versatile lure and cast out. Don't save your bait. And just make sure that you're in the fish in the right hole. So I'm gonna cast out. Yes, it says deep mode. Don't need to do anything. Right. But yes, what else about fishing? If you have any other queries about fishing, I'm happy to answer them. I've spent a lot of time in this game fishing. That is not an exaggeration. My playtime is has been increased by the amount of time I've spent waiting at fishing holes. I have woken up early for fish. Not insanely early, but I've woken early a few times for fish and then gone immediately back to bed. But I don't do that often. I only do that if I really need to catch this fish and it's like, near the end of what I need to do to catch it. Uh, because there's always going to be more times to catch the fish. The fish are always going to be there, but there's only one of you in this world, so you have to hydrate and stretch and make sure that you're eating well. Um, I think that's important because it is just virtual fish after all. That doesn't make the feelings of it any less real, but you just need to remember that you need to take care of your physical body as well. Speaking of which, I am actually out of water, so I'm gonna go get some more water because I'm out of it. I don't know how I ran out of water. Water, and I'm not a silly goose who forgot to stay hydrated. All this talk about hydration, and I forget to fill up my own water again. So we're just gonna quick. I'm gonna again. If you want to look at the stuff I've been using, the fishing command brings up all the tools I've been using. We're gonna try for Hyphalosaurus. It's a cute little guy. Does not have two heads. It's just a fit. It's just a lizard that's got lost in Labyrinthos. As things tend to do in Labyrinthos. Oh no, my food buff fell off. Ah, ah, gonna need to re-up that. Um, Legendary fish have very high stat thresholds for gathering, so it's kind of in your best interest to make sure that you're meeting that stat threshold the entire time that you're fishing. I think that's very important, especially if you're like melded a certain way, just to be aware of your stats at all times, particularly your gathering and your GP. Gathering is a big one because that's the thing that allows you to catch the fish. GP, having the highest amount of GP you can, gives you more opportunity to use your skills, and I think those are the important stats for fishing. Perception's kind of not super important, so you don't have to worry about perception as much. You can just if all you do is fishing, and you don't care about anything else, like you literally don't care about mining or botany, you can just kind of meld gathering in GP and walk with it. Walk, run with it, swim with it, something of the sort. Cypress. I'm just using Versatile Lure to build AA stacks. I don't really feel like you need to use like your proper quote unquote proper baits for building AA stacks. Particularly if and like I if you need to build, you don't every fishing hole does not need AA stacks. You don't need to go in with that extra like uh 550 GP. It's uh you don't need it for a lot of fish. There's some fish in which it definitely helps a lot, but you don't need it for every fish all the time. Sometimes you just need to just turn up and fish. There's a lot of fish like that. Um, uh, yeah, because sometimes you can just kind of over prepare and you're just sitting there waiting for the time for the correct weather and time period to roll over, and that's you could be doing other things. Like there's enough jailing in in fishing as it is. You don't need to add to that have it by creating false jails. I foresee myself spending a lot of time in Ultima Thule because I still can't catch a bloody felina. It's again my I tried I thought I would have the streamer's luck and catch felina on stream. It did not happen. It sadly did not happen. I wish it did. Then it would have been a great clip, but obviously not. I'm just here ranting about felina. Well, I've triggered the intuition, but the fish is nowhere here. Just because I'm building AA stacks with Asicus Aetherius. Okay, I need to press the button. Sometimes the button presses don't register due to latency, and I'm like, okay, need to press the button. It's why I just kind of mash the button sometimes when I'm hooking stuff, just to make sure that it entirely registers. But I've learned more about server tick doing fishing than I actually have done doing combat content. I learned about I learned things about the game from places I don't expect to. Like I learned how to slide cast by playing Samurai of all things. Not a caster, Samurai, which might as well be a caster. What other I learned to tank better by playing as a melee DPS. Because one of the things that most tanks don't realize at the beginning when they're starting off is that positionals are very important to a fair few DPS. Um, so being in a position where you're able to allow good uptime for melees is just a good practice. Samurai, aka melee black mage. Yeah, it's melee black mage, all right. I mean, it's equally as selfish as a black mage. I think there isn't that meme. It's like, I receive Eye of the Dragon, Battle Litany, Dance Partner. You receive DPS, and it's like, and then it's just like Samurai Black Mage and Samurai Black Mage and Machinist. There's the selfish DPS classes of those categories respectively. We still got about 30 minutes before the win. I've already prepped my. See, this is why like you don't need to prep AA stacks the entire time. But I enjoy being in Labyrinthos during the evening. It's relaxing, unlike the plinky plonk music of Labyrinthos during the daytime. Um, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so when you when you fish, you kind of learn more about the it's again, it's like an expanded version of the sightseeing log. So a lot of the time you're just kind of looking at places you wouldn't have the chance to normally look at. Particularly finding the fishing holes is kind of the thing for me. A lot of the time it's like, where is this fishing hole? And then you find it, and then you're just like, yay, I found it. I think when the game first came up during the start of Endwalker, there were three holes in Old Charlie, and there was Oinops, there was the Reflecting Pool, and then there was Scholar's Harbor. Two of those were sort of easy to find. The third one was like, where the hell are you? And so I'd spent, like, I was just throwing my rod into bodies of water until I found Reflecting Pool. It's like, okay, that's where you are. Perfect. Found you. But yes, if you are based in in uh, in the APAC region, come to Materia, DC. We have Road to 80 and lots of houses. Uh, and and you know, PF is popping. DF is also getting better. It's a great community. I enjoy being here. Lots of houses. Yes, you can go visit my aquarium. Eorzean Aquarium Sophia is in the Sophia World, Materia DC, Lavender Beds, Award One, Plot 58, Materia DC. It is my pride and joy. I love it so much. It's been featured on Mr. Foxconn's Neighborhood on the very first episode. I'm never really living that down. That I got to talk to Foxconn directly about fish. So and it's lots of people talk about doing a poop and oh my god. No, okay. This is the only DC I've been at where an entire PF will just stop because someone said they found a spider in the room. Like they like the entire PF is like, yeah, take your time, and it turns out like it wasn't a major spider, thankfully, thank God. But also it's like ah spiders in Australia are scary. I was in the maps party with someone, and they had to stop because they found a spider, and I was just like, "What kind of spider?" Oh, it's just a redback spider. Don't worry about it. It's like, should I be worried? I think I should be worried. that yeah. Lots of fuck Telstra. And no, well, in my experience, it's mostly been NBN or Vodafone. Don't really have a lot of people in this game on Telstra. A lot of people do not like NBN in this DC. I was in a I was in the Memoria Misera farm party with someone who was on Vodafone because I think they were at like their like family or parents' house, and they were having a time, like it was just interesting to be in the party with them. Um, I don't want the wallabies eating the cables, the server cables in Materia, please. I think I think having Wallaby Kawaii never picked the big four, moved from them, and it was life changing already. We're getting life advice for Australians here with your internet choices. Yeah, I mean, no, I enjoy being in Materia. Ping issues as I like. The ping is no different than if it's better than what I have in NA currently, and I don't know how I've lived in NA for this long, and then like the ping is just so different. It's like this is how the game is meant to be played. Okay, like it was eye opening when I first moved to Materia. I was moving way too early and dodging way too early um, for a lot of moves. So I would actually get hit by the previous mechanic because I moved too early. Yeah, so it's just It's just great, and I'm a great believer in Materia DC. So you know, people say, oh, it's a dead DC. There's no one in it. People aren't doing content, but I think people are doing content. It's just that if you leave because you aren't doing content in it, I feel like that's part of the issue there. I feel like you need to uh, be the change you want to see. So actively join PFs or like queue into duties. That's my view on it. And then you can weather through anything. And that's the same for any DC. And I think the other DC that this is particularly relevant to is Dynamis. Our FC is also open for new friends. We are based in Ravana. Just as a general putting it out there. My main character is based in Ravana because I had made my character in Ravana before I was even thinking about doing the aquarium. And then at the time, Ravana, you could not make a new character on Ravana during the evenings AEST at all. So I was like, oh, this is difficult. So I made the executive decision to put the aquarium in Sophia, and that was a good decision, personally, because Sophia is the most second populated world in Materia, and you could make alts and stuff very easily. So I had more interest from people wanting to do alts when they weren't blocked by the game. Clearly, I just need to do content on Dynamis. Yeah, no, I encourage it. I like Dynamis. Dynamis is quiet, but a lot of people like I see like when I'm in NA. I'm based in Crystal, and I see a lot of people from Dynamis coming to do roulettes. Um, I don't know. I can understand. I mean, I think there's a problem currently with DC travel in that one DC is going to get designated as the raiding server, and it leads to all the content being moved there, not just like Savage and Extreme, but general stuff that you normally see around other servers like farm parties or um, like like faster roulette times for certain duties, etc. Like I think it's been very difficult to get consistent pops for Thalea in DCs that are not Aether at the minute in NA. Um, and I hope this is something that the devs like do address because it's not a phenomenon that's restricted to one region. It's something that's been happening throughout all the regions. So in JP it's mana, in EU it's light, and in NA it's Aether. So I feel like I think there should be more incentive to doing content on your homeworld. But that's just me because um, I don't know. It's like you pick a server. I think you should stay in your DC at least. Like I think it's great. I can visit my friends, but it's not like you shouldn't spend more time outside of your home data center than you do on it. You know, because that doesn't change any of the congestion issues. Like mana and aether particularly are prone to lots of congestion. I think that's counterproductive. With that, like why do we have all these DCs? So spread the love. Do DCs in your home server. And and if you are in Aether, I apologize for like if you are in a farm party and it's like 7 out of 8 people are from Primal or Crystal. That was okay. I've been getting my Gwibbers on my NA character, and I went to Aether to just see my luck in finding a party, and no one in that party was from Aether. Everyone in that party was either from Crystal, Primal, or Dynamis. It was like, okay, fair enough. Oh, I am not away from the keyboard. I am here. There's FC benefits, but it's too little. Yeah, FC benefits, Island Sanctuary, retainers, Mogmail are the big ones. But some people really like I don't think that's enough incentive. I think like my extreme solution would be that to for roulettes particularly to give you an extra bonus if you're on your home world. But I don't know how viable that is as a solution. That's just me thinking about what ways we can do to fix this. Because what I like to do is Like if there's something, like my criticism of the game, I try and put forward a solution or think about ways that this problem could be solved if it is a problem. Because I don't like complaining without a solution. I'd like it to be productive complaining. Because I think complaining for the sake of complaining just doesn't work a lot of the time. Like I like to be the change I see in the world. You know, Vieras can't wear hats, so I wear the hats that Viera have. You know, and could forever put that Viera should have access to more hats. I would like. You know, it bothers me that I can't wear the scholar hats. I wish I could wear more hats. I was gonna talk about something, but I can't say it because it's a spoiler for 6.55, and not everyone's done 6.55, and it's not been 2 weeks yet, so I'm gonna refrain from saying it. Uh, but maybe in a future 14 stream you'll hear me talk about hats again. I have very strong feelings about hats and Vieras and Hrothgar. Oh, we've got an ad break coming up as well, so in about 5 minutes. So, uh, probably what'll happen is this ad break will happen. I'll have some water, and then we'll we'll see about catching this Hyphalosaurus, and actually prepping for this Hyphalosaurus, and just chatting and chilling and having a good time. I think that's where we're at right now. Let's just double. Let's just. I'm just doing a double check on the fish tracker where we're at. Uh, Again, fish tracker. Very. If you're you have some way of tracking your big fish. Some people use Teamcraft. Some people use Carbuncle Plushie. I use a combination of all of that. Have all the tools at your disposal, because why not? Um, do what works for you. There is no one correct way to fish. Okay. Let's see. Hyphalosaurus. So what's the best way to do this? Uh, the intuition is triggered from 3 Aetherius. Aetherius is a fairly common catch on mayflies, so I think the best thing to do would be to just keep account of them, I guess. Get the third one as the window opens, and then. I'm gonna descent these fish to clear out space in my inventory. I am drinking. I am committed to staying hydrated. I don't know why I'm really dehydrated all of a sudden today. Maybe because it's quite warm, but my fish have been going through water a lot. I also have tea. Probably should You have turn collect on, yeah! For the tilapia! Tilapia good. Tilapia you can turn into scripts. So you can get more bait. So if you would like to join this Hyphalosaurus window, it is in deep mode in Labyrinthos. I recommend you will need mayflies in order to get your Ascus Aetherius. You'll need 3,300 gathering, and you need the what's it book? You will need the Ilsabard and the Northern Empty Folklore book. The preparation for it is 3 Ascus Aetherius to trigger intuition. The intuition is about a minute long. Relatively straightforward in terms of fish. I think that's what we're looking at. So we've got the ad break coming up in a minute. So I will continue to prep. Well, so make sure we have our food up. Food is up. We've got our baits ready. got about 15 minutes. I'm gonna just start casting out. So I think I can... Can I... Can I see double hook prize catch? Can I do that? I think I can do that. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, I've triggered intuition. No. Gotta do that again. Oh, I've ruined that. Okay. Just start from scratch. We're gonna wait for this intuition to fall off. Oh, I am a silly goose. Okay. Minute of waiting for this intuition to fall off. So, okay. Okay, so I need to rethink that. But I think the best strategy... Okay. The best strategy would be catch an Ethericus Asterius. Identical cast, double hook price catch. Fingers crossed. That's how that's working. So make sure you have collect on. Collect on is good. Got some big fishes over there. Just making sure. There's people I recognize who have been at these holes. When does that ad break finish? Okay. Ad break ends in 1 minute. Let's catch an Ethericus Asterius. We are fishing! That's not... Please don't be a Xenocypress. That shouldn't be a Xenocypress. Okay, so we can... Identical cast, prize catch, wait for a GP to restore using... And then double hook, and then hopefully we can mooch off that. That should be it. That should be it. Should we just have we have 15 minutes of just of relaxing in the meantime. Because the window does not open until the window doesn't open until 9 in the morning to 12 noon. The transition is clear skies to fair skies. So currently we're at clear skies. It's going to transition at 8 a.m. Eorzean to fair skies. That's kind of how that transition period works. And then hopefully we get a Hyphalosaurus. It'd be great if I caught a Hyphalosaurus. To make up for the fact that I didn't catch a Felina. Did not catch a Felina. I'm still so salty about that. Streamer luck is not real. I was hoping to get a Felina, but that didn't happen. So back to the Felina mines with me. Keep practicing before the window comes up in... When is the window coming up? In 2 days. It says Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. for me. Yeah, so things to note about this fish. It is very likely that you will catch a circuit tilapia. Make sure that you have your collector's glove on for that, because you can turn your circuit tilapias into scripts. Just so that you're not wasting those tilapia catches. Is there someone there on my other side? There is someone there on my other side. Okay, I can. Yeah, I have my spatially in this game, it's just like I can tell if someone's fishing next to me, which is why I try not to fish too close to other people unless I really have to, because I know that can put some people off, especially if they're using their if they're using the sound effects as a cue for fishing. So I think it's just general etiquette to not be on top of another fisher while you fish. Um, Namely because one, it's a bit awkward to have someone doing the same animation as you out of sync, and two, because a lot of it does rely on visual and sound effects that you kind of don't want to interrupt with that. And I think I have unfortunately reported people who did that as a form of griefing to me during big fish windows, and it's like, just yeah, like the fact that you can get griefed while you're fishing is like, well. So we have 13 minutes left, and the next window is another day. Yeah, I think the weather transitions are mostly known at this point, so it's not we're not just kind of casting blindly as we were a few days ago. Uh, it's very good to see that we have this information so quickly. It's actually surprising how quick we know all of this now. But fishing in the fishing community has just gotten bigger year in year out every X pack. So we are Fisher strong in the school. We are Legion. We are fish. Can't wait to fish in Toral. Uh, there's lots of fish about in that area, and I am very happy. I think when I first saw the trailer for Endwalker, my first thought was when it does that panoramic shot over Scholar's Harbor, up sort of like up going through the Aetheryte Plaza. I'm like, I hope we can fish in the harbor. It'd be very weird if we couldn't fish in the harbor, and we can fish in the harbor. So I'm happy about that. And even if and there's still you have 10 years of fishing content to catch up, and it's content that surprisingly stayed evergreen. So if you feel like this is something you would enjoy, or just want to give it a go, give it a go. It's not like where there's other things but people say there's not stuff to do in the game. There's other things to do in the game. It just means you don't want to do it, and I think there's a difference. Like, if you're into combat content and there's not enough combat content to do, that's absolutely fine. But I think it's in bad faith to say that it's for that there's no content in the rest of the game, since there's other things to do. That there's older grinds, there's relics, there's mount farming, there's fishing, there's crafting, there's Eureka, there's sightseeing, there's you know and you uh glamour grinding, maps, G posing. What else is there? Housing. What other things? Clearing out all those side quests on your map. Unlike me, I have barely done any of the side quests on this map, and I feel like I should. What other thing is there? Getting all your classes to cap, if that's the sort of thing you're into. There's, like it's very hard for me to see you've done 10 years of all the content in the game. It's just like there's only one guy I know. Well, I know of that can say that they've done all the content in the game, and that's that guy in Valefor who got all the achievements that we know of, including the limited ones. Guy's insane. And then there's still more achievements he has to do. So, because I think he completed all of his achievements just at the advent of the Fall Guys collab, and um, then it's like, oh, they have to get King Queen Bean now. We are nearly coming up to the appointed fish time. It is currently 5:40 a.m. Eorzean. When it gets to 9 a.m. Eorzean, we have the weather transition at well, it'll be morning, morning, officially morning at 6 a.m. Eorzean. It'll be the weather transition will happen at 8 a.m. and then the fish window will open at 9. So at 9 we will cast out and double hook our Ethericus asterius, mooch into that, and then hopefully get a Hyphalosaurus. It's a cute little guy. I think he's the one that I've tried the most, largely because I've been in the hole for Circuit Tilapia, and I've kind of helped with eliminating a lot of the windows adjacent to Hyphalosaurus while trying for Circuit Tilapia, because tilapia are just the bane of my existence at the minute. I don't even like tilapia as a fish. It's okay. There are other fish you can get. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Um, I think my favorite fish is still tuna. I also like cod. Cod's my other fish, but that's just me being British. So it's officially daytime, 6 a.m. Music's changed. Um, I would pay money for the automaton version of this song. So I don't know how many fishers there are in chat. I know Mia's here, so I hope they are also trying for the fish. There are a bunch of people here in Ravana trying for the fish, on the periphery of my vision. There are people that I have seen at fishing holes prior. Um, it's a great way to see who in your, like, going for a window is the great way to see whether the other fishes are in your server. Um, if you I recommend joining the fish gourd. Fish gourd is a great way to connect with other fishers in your server or your DC, and you like you fishing is as solitary or as community as social as you make it. So you don't have to fish alone if you don't want. You can fish alone if you want. It's a great thing. The true lifestyle content of Final Fantasy XIV is fishing. Hyphalosaurus. Hyplosaurus. Please, 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 please. Okay. We are prepped and ready. My food buff isn't gonna fall off. I would like to catch this and then maybe catch a Felina afterwards. I don't know. Who knows? Felina's every hour, not Eorson hour, every IRL hour. So it's fairly frequent. It's just I have yet to see it. I've been trying it on and off since the X pack dropped. I will never stop talking about how much Felina irritates me. I'm sorry. I may be a broken record in this regard, but it's fine. There are some fish that will be your white whale. However, Felina is not a whale, as far as I can tell. It's some sort of primordial fish. Is Felina a real fish? I'm gonna Google what Felina is. Felina. Felina is not a real fish, as far as I can tell. It's just a big whale. It's just a big cosmic whale. Fair enough. We let's see. What other things to look out for in this hole? Just gonna quickly bring it up. You have this. This is Circa tilapia, which is the other big fish, and then you have the legendary fish here, which is Hyphalosaurus. I have yet to catch either of those. Not for lack of trying. I've been to a lot of Circa tilapia windows, but it's just been evading me. Labyrinthos tilapia is the bane of my existence, but it turns into script, so I can't be too mad at it. Oh, there's another fisher here. Okay. 4 minutes. We're really just watching until it's 9 a.m. Eorzean. You know, despite all this, I'm still actually not entirely 100% on the relation between Eorzean time and real time, other than that it is a thing that happens. I think it's like 3 minutes is like an hour or something. 3 minutes 30 is an hour. Or something of that sort. So I think a week in game is like a week in game is like an Eorzean month or something like that. I can't remember the conversion off the top of my head. What's there to do after legendary fish? Well, if you've caught all the big fish in the pond, all the fish in the pond, congratulations. Do some combat content, I guess. Or work on your botany and mining. That's the other option. Or go for recatches. Make some money off the big fish you previously got. One more Eorzean hour. One more Eorzean hour. So very soon. The other window that I'm keen to try today is Garlic Thieves, but that's not for another 3 hours. It's just light Basilosaurus farming and getting into the habit of getting into Basilosauruses and having that ready and getting into the cycle of that. So it's all good. It's very soon. It's like in 2 minutes. So, okay, fingers crossed. Okay, so just gonna have the fish tracker window open just so that I have the time ready to go. Okay. I am ready. When the time ticks over, gonna be ready for that. Oh, come on. Hyphalosaurus is going to be up for another day, so I hope we catch it. If not, oh well. Try again in another day. Hopefully the window isn't silly. It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Okay, so not too silly. Just a little bit silly. Tiny bit silly. 1 minute. Tense. No. Shouldn't be tense. Should just be ready, be calm, and let the fish come to me. I am attracting the fish. The fish will come to me. And the fish shall I am one with the fish. I only need to double hook. I don't need to triple hook. Because I already have one Asticus Aetherius. I have prize catch on. I can continue with. Let's go forward. Let's go. It's very soon. It's not just about catching the fish. It's about knowing that this is a culmination of all the hard work of a bunch of other fishes as well. So it's not just about me, but it's also like the entire communities who's worked hard to figure out this time and figured out this weather, and it's heartening to see. So I feel like, it's very good. That's just how I feel about it. I mean my view on fishing changed knowing that it is largely information the community has found, and it's very interesting to see that is the case. So, anything you know about fishing, you have to thank some guy who some person who's sat around at a fishing hole eliminating all the other possibilities. So I have participated in Discovery a few times. I just wish it'd be a tad slower so I could participate more. Okay, nearly there. Closes in 8 minutes. I'm gonna wait for the time. There, time to take over. Let's go. So we have to catch an Asticus Aetherius, and then once we catch Asticus Aetherius, we're gonna hopefully get in, then start mooching. And then we're gonna get a Hyphalosaurus. Praying we get a Hyphalosaurus. Oh man. That is not a Hyphalosaurus. That's a tilapia. That's a tilapia. Or it could be another Astacocytherius. Who knows? It's a strong bite. It's a tilapia. Knew it. Tilapia, betrayer of fish. Okay, I'm just hoping that we do catch another Aetherius Asticus in this window. No, that's not it. Cast out again. Oh, praying. Hopefully we get another Asticus bite before this intuition falls off. Please don't be a tilapia. Wait, can you get tilapia out of a straight catch? I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay. Yep, okay, let's mooch. Let's go. Hyphalosaurus. Manifesting Hyphalosaurus. Manifesting Hyphalosaurus. It'll be a long bite if it is. No. Okay. It's fine. I cast before the fish's intuition drop off, so I should be okay. I should be okay. That is a tilapia. That is not an Astacocytherius. Oh, this is Xenocyprus. That's even worse. The fish have become wary of my presence? I'll shift after I makeshift bait. After my makeshift bait ends. Not a problem. I've just stood in this place for too long. Okay. Let's hopefully that is a Astacocytherius. Okay, we're gonna mooch. Yes, I know the fish are wary of my presence. I will move over in like 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Is that a tilapia or is it a Astacocytherius? I kind of blind. Yeah, it's tilapia. Yeah. Kind of mooched into the blind depths there, but it's fine. Yeah, that's one Astacocytherius. Could we just blind double hook for another one? Could we? We could try. Just because I have a cordial I haven't popped. And the window closes in 5 minutes, so we can pop it, see how it goes. Trigger int. If that's a Xenocyprus, I'm going to be annoyed. Hopefully it isn't. Yeah. I kind of baited myself a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. We have enough to trigger makeshift bait even if we get it via mooch too. So if that's another Xenocyprus, I'm just gonna have to dunno. Get better at learning the Asticus. Yep, there we go. Makeshift bait, mooch. Let's go. Okay. We have time. We have time. We still have time. It's all good. My heartbeat quickens every time it gets longer. So it's like, is this gonna be the one? No, this is not the one. Around 20 seconds, it's a tilapia. Likely. Usually. Hopefully we can get a few more good casts with in the window, and then we can get at least one more attempt for a Hyphalosaurus from a mooched Ascus in this intuition window. That's a Xenocypress. Xenocypresses are earlier. Xenocypresses are earlier than Ascus aetherius, though they kind of overlap. Okay. I don't think it's worth chumming just because there's like this is a mooch, so it is very much dependent on managing your GP. Also, the bites aren't super long, so it's not really worth it. Does that count towards my intuition count? Because we can just. Ugh. Okay. That's another tilapia. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, 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 okay. That's an Ascus aetherius. Fingers crossed. Oh, man. Got 2 minutes left. 1 minute-ish. Once it comes to 12 and nada. That's a tilapia. Not useful in this current situation. Do you think we can get one cast in? Do you think we have one cast in left and like the minute left? One more attempt for Hyphalosaurus. Okay. Oh man. Ah. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh my god. There, Mooch 2, let's go! We got about 1 minute left. If this is another tilapia, I swear to god. That is another tilapia. Ah, no, it could be an Ascus aetherius. All is not lost if it is. But I don't have Mooch 2. I don't have Mooch 2. Balls. I don't think I got another cast in. Well, it depends if I catch an Asticus at this juncture. Before the window closes. Praying? Like, there's like 20 seconds left in the window. Nope! Oh! Yeah, no, it's gone. There is no Hypesaurus. Ah, well. We are 0 for 2 on today's big fish. Oh, big fish, Felina. But that's fine. I hope that I have at least piqued your interest in fishing a tiny bit. And so I'm going to check if there's anyone we can raid right now. Who is streaming Final Fantasy 14. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I don't think there's anyone particular that I'm comfortable with rating at the minute. So, oh, no bites. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But anyway, we've got another window to go to, so not a big deal. Hope you've had a good day, evening, afternoon, and I shall see you all next week. Bye bye.